Guys, before the video starts, I've come together with a brother to raise some funds for a masjid, Kalam Masjid in Kilburn. Please help me raise for that. The link is in the description box below. Enjoy the video.
In, round, out and off. And now my kids are learning.
In and out and this and that. The women don't do this, man. I'm using a little knitting thing. Oh my God.
Mufti Menk, some things I know that I can't tell you. Wallahi, if you knew, you would say, if this is not a man, I don't know, there's not men. You talked about throwing arrows. Let's take it another level. What about shooting? Yeah? Shooting, like hunting or target shooting, yeah?
Let me say, okay, women, is this sexy for you? And the women are saying, my husband doesn't have the libido, the strength. Why? Because he's knitting, man.
You're literally insulting his integrity. Check out our sponsors, Nature's Blends. They specialize in premium Ethiopian black seed products. The website is in the description link below. You can also use the discount code SALAM10 for 10% off their products. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, brothers and sisters and dear friends. Before I start, I want to praise Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful, the most just. All praises, glory and gratitude belong to Him. Now I came across this video. In this video, brother Mufti Menk is knitting. And there's another brother who's reacting to him knitting. And he seems a little bit agitated. And we're going to be discussing this, but it's to talk about a bigger problem as men, how we should conduct ourselves and how should we act in society as a whole. Let's get straight into this video, inshallah, and we're going to be check this, inshallah. Oh, hi there, Hijab. Is that something you would like to say to the audience?
Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, otherwise you're going to be finished.
That's correct.
So I'm just teaching my children how to knit. I learned to knit when I was 6 years old, and I remember the moves in, round, out and off. In, round, out and off. And now my kids are learning. I just got them a set of knitting needles and some huge wool, and we said, let's go for it, mashallah. You know, Minky and Zinji can have a little blanket or two, and inshallah we can also spend our time a little bit constructively. So that's round.
What can I say? If he would have said shoes, or he's knitting, he's fixing his clothes like the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, and he's teaching his kids like that to follow that sunnah of the Prophet. Yes, he would fix his shoes, but knitting, oh my God.
Now the brother looks really, really frustrated, and I genuinely believe he is really frustrated. I don't believe he's putting an act on, and I don't want this video to be an attack towards him. So guys, we're not here, yeah? He's a brother in Islam. We want to understand him, yeah? Now the thing is, he seems very frustrated. Now knitting the clothes, or your shoes or whatever it may be that the Prophet ﷺ done, I don't see how that's far off by knitting. I genuinely do not see it. It's very, they like come from the same family, yeah. So I think that's really need to understand, because it's not a big difference. Now, yes, he can come and say the knitting is something that women do, which we're going to come to later. But let's carry on, because I'm just trying to really understand him here.
I'm trying to teach people how to box, how to run, how to take care of them. Let me have it. This is masculinity. This is sunnah, to knit. Okay guys, go ahead and knit. Go ahead and knit. If you would have done the shoes or your clothes as per the hadith of the Prophet ﷺ, Superman. Alright. Why do we not ride the horse or shoot the arrow, or go for swimming, or go for a run, or some of the things that are in the sunnah of manhood? The Prophet ﷺ is described as coming on a horse with no saddle, with a sword around his neck. I'm using a little knitting thing. Is that the...
Now, I want to touch upon some things, yeah? I know Mufti Menk. I know him kind of personally, to a level. I know his son. I speak to his son regularly. I'm not doing this video, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is my witness. Yeah, before somebody's watching, be like, yeah, you know, you're a Mufti Menk's fan. Uqsam billah, my loyalty was Allah and His Messenger. Yeah, and the Muslimin, of course. But I'm not doing this video to suck up to Mufti Menk or anything. Wallahi, if Mufti Menk oppressed somebody, I would try to advise him in private. And if he carries on, I will advise him in public. Wallahi, uqsam billah, I have got no loyalty to anybody. I don't care how famous he is, how many likes he has. Well, I don't care. Uqsam billah, I do not care. But we have to be just. I understand the brother's frustration. Men are not men today. They're boys. Like Hijab says, boy, boy, boy. You guys are boys. This goes with all of us. Men have lost their manhood. That's a reality. Feminists have added to that. They've been one of the reasons, etc. Women are not women today, men are not men today. I understand that. However, to pick on somebody because you see the action of knitting and you make a connection with that of an elderly woman who might be knitting, a little woman knitting with a few cats, etc., is wrong. Manhood, you're talking about, brother, that boxing, etc. Look, we cannot, the Prophet ﷺ said, strong is not the man who can wrestle somebody else, but is the one who can control his anger. Yeah? So if you go to somebody and you're trying to, start a fight, etc., we cannot judge based on just, what am I seeing? You know what? You see that guy who was keep pushing that guy around or wherever it may be, and that brother, we can't say that guy's a wimp. We can't say that guy's a coward, yeah, unless he's been physically attacked. Somebody imagine insulting him and he's just like laughing, yeah? It doesn't mean he's weak at all, because he might have the power to knock that guy's spark out. So just the way we cannot judge someone based on that, we cannot judge someone, like, imagine you seeing like a big guy, Mike Tyson, doing knitting, yeah? We're not going to say he's not a man, or he's... No. We cannot judge manhood by how harsh you are towards your wife. Shut up! Yeah, I'm going to punch. This is toxic masculinity, yeah? To make it seem as if you need to have this persona, the way you act and behave, wallahi, this is not manly. There's even times where the same Umar ibn Khattab, a man came to complain about his wife, and he heard Umar ibn Khattab being pulled by the beard. Some say by the beard. Pulled by his wife. Yeah, what we're going to say? Umar, this is your... what we're going to say to Umar ibn Khattab? Yeah? We're going to say, how's your wife doing this to you? Brothers, we cannot judge things by apparent. Yeah? We can't just be like... Yes, there is sometimes we can, but we can't judge someone. And let me tell you something. I know Mufti Menk and his son. You're talking about horse riding. Here's a picture, here's a video. You can see on my left, on my right. Mufti Menk horse riding. This is his son. His son is horse riding. Yeah? Not only that, you talked about throwing arrows. Let's take it another level. What about shooting? Yeah? Shooting, like hunting or target shooting. Yeah? Which is nothing wrong. However, you need to understand, brother, that when these things, the Mufti Menk as a Muslim, doing this, he might get in trouble. Some things I know that I can't tell you. Wallahi, if you knew, you would say, if this is not a man, I don't know, there's no men. In one instance, he even fulfilled the sunnah of slaughtering 63 bulls. Mufti Menk, 63 bulls. It was a sunnah of the Prophet ﷺ, yeah? Obviously, he's not going to come and share that. It's graphic. It's graphic. It's not gonna, hey guys, look, and obviously it was done in the Islamic way, yeah? So the thing is this, we need to understand and put things into perspective, yeah? So the things that we're talking about horse riding, he does. He even trains his own sons to do it, yeah? And I'm going to tell you why he was doing the knitting thing. We're going to come to that very soon, yeah? And not only that, he teaches his sons to do a lot of things that men do, yeah? For example, even women can do as well, yeah? Shooting, yeah? Target shooting, hunting, yeah? There are some pictures. Alhamdulillah, the brothers go hunting. I'm not going to share it here. But anyways, let's carry on, because I believe that's a misjudgment and that is not fair. But let's carry on.
I want to ask the women, do you want your husband to do that? I want to ask the men, do you want you and your boys to do that? Our sheikhs are teaching us to knit. Okay, what's the objective of this video? I'll tell you what my objective.
Okay. Now, if I said Mohammed Hijab, Zishan, Musa, Ustad Adnan, we came together and said, let's have a knitting thing. No, I would say it's not something that we would do. Yeah, it's not something we would do. So that's why we need to put things into context, yeah? He was saying, what was the purpose of this video? Now, this is where you need to ask this question. You could have got in contact with him privately and say, Mufti, there's this whole feminine thing, these super radical feminists, men are not like men today. Some men, sadly, they are under the thumb of their wife, yeah? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has told us that the men are the protectors and maintainers, okay? This doesn't mean you become like a raggo to your wife, etc. No. Me doing certain things in the house does not make me a woman. Yeah? So, however, you're asking why. Mufti Menk has 8 daughters. 8. Yeah? He said that he's been knitting since the age of 6. If we look at the history, there's 2 links I'm going to put in the description box, yeah? The history, knitting was actually a man's thing. Yeah? In the couple of hundred years ago, like in history, yeah? If you can read those 2 links, and okay, this is one of the links, yeah? It says, when you picture someone knitting, I'll bet that your first thought is an old lady sat absent-mindedly in her armchair with a cup of tea, maybe a cat or 2. Terrible cliche, I know, but I'll bet for a bunch of you reading this, that's what you pictured. Am I right? Is he wrong? Well, what if I to tell you that the history of knitting is pretty much the complete opposite? The current day idea of knitting being a female-focused craft are actually a pretty modern development, mostly thanks to the changing roles of women throughout the 2 world wars. In fact, knitting was once thought of an exclusive gentleman's occupation, involving rigorous testing and scrutinization, with cutthroat competition and cold business running through its core, pretty different to that old lady pictured. Hey? So these are social constructs. Okay, so we need to understand that. That is the reason why he's teaching his daughters. Mufti said to me, went out with his daughters, etc., to teach them. That is the context. Mufti didn't come and say, hey guys, brothers, leave off what you're doing, forget everything, let's knit together, and let's just do this all the time. That's wrong. That is wrong. We cannot, and let me tell you something, there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ that supports this. The Prophet ﷺ said that it is Allah curses the person who dresses up like a woman and a woman that dresses up like a man. If Mufti Menk was standing there and put hijab on himself or makeup and he was moving like a woman, etc., I will understand your frustration full. And I am against this. There's some brothers who do it, I'm not going to give names, etc., wearing their wife's hijab and putting makeup. I'm totally against it. I'm so sorry. I don't think there's any reason to do that. It is really wrong, and there's a hadith that says that Allah curses that person. Yeah, okay. So the thing is now, the Prophet ﷺ said about the clothing, if you dress up like a woman, yeah, but he never said, or someone that acts like a woman, moves like a woman, yeah. However, or vice versa. However, he did not say the one who does the job of a woman. There is no hadith in the Quran or the Sunnah that says the one, as far as I know, please educate me. As far as I know, there is nothing that says for the man who does the job of a woman is cursed, or for the woman who does the job of a man is cursed. There's no such thing, because there was female companions who went to war. What we're going to say, that's a man's thing? What's she doing there? Are you imitating the man? No. So when it comes to issue of, I can say for example, ironing, washing the dishes, changing the baby's nappies, and all this kind of stuff, am I going to say now that's a female thing to do? There's no evidence from the Quran and the Sunnah. Yeah? There is no, to say that if a man does that, he becomes a woman or he's weak. I don't agree with that. Do you get what I'm trying to say? With this social construct, to come and say, you do this is action. No, there is nothing in the prophetic tradition that says to you that doing something, this specific action belongs to the woman. Only woman can do it. Or this. That is not the case. I'm so sorry. We have to bring evidence to that. So somebody knitting or doing whatever it may be, you're washing, ironing, changing the baby's nappy, or whatever. You can't come and say that is a female action. You can't say that. Let's carry on.
For my video is to refute this kind of thing, because this is just not manly. Orange string to knit in and out and this and that. The women don't do this, man. You don't see the sisters doing this. Where are the sheikhas, the sister speakers?
Well, hold on a second. Again, you're mentioning orange color. It goes back to a social construct. It's like saying pink. Pink is feminine. You can say, but I believe it's a social construct. Orange. So what if it's orange? So, okay, would you look more manly if it was a black one? Dark one? Really black color? Come on, brother. Let's be fair here. Let's be fair.
When was the last time you done some horse riding? We're wondering why we're having low testosterone. My clients are coming to me talking about, my husband doesn't want to sleep with me. The women are complaining, my husband doesn't have enough strength as a man. Some people said, I'm sick. لا إله إلا الله بدأ الإسلام غريب وسيعود غريب فطوبى للغرباء. Islam started something strange and return is something strange. So give glad tidings to the strangers.
Okay, this statement here, brother, may Allah bless you. Wallahi, I genuinely, I know, I understand your frustration. I'm with you. But you're genuinely, what you've done is you've took a problem that we have in the ummah, we need to fix, and you've picked on somebody innocent, someone innocent, and you're taking it all out on him. That's not fair. And now you're quoting about the Prophet ﷺ said that Islam came as something strange and it will remain as something strange. So glad tidings to the strangers. Wallahi, this is a misuse. We have the super ISIS supporters who use this against people who actually follow the Sunnah. Yeah, these guys, we're the strangers, etc. To get Mufti Menk knitting and put it down as anyone that doesn't say that's feminine, or anyone that calls you extreme, yeah, that all of a sudden you become this, this person who is on the haqq, but they're not because of that. This is a misuse of hadith. We can't apply this hadith somewhere. Yeah, you can't get this hadith and be like, okay, this applies to this person or that person. That's wrong.
Pissed off, man. I'm working every day almost talking about the Muslim alpha society, pushing them to become leaders again. Their wives are complaining they're not men enough. Okay, let me say, okay, women, is this sexy for you? Is this attractive to you? That some man is gonna knit some orange thread? Today I have 8 sessions. I can, mostly marriage issues. And I can guarantee you that at least out of those 8, 5 will be related to intimacy. And the women are saying, my husband doesn't have the libido, the strength. Why? Because he's knitting, man.
Okay, here, this brother, Aki, wallahi, it's not only, I would say, backbiting, but you're literally insulting his integrity. You're literally insulting his integrity, Aki. I'm not saying you're doing it on purpose, yeah? But your frustration has made you say something, wallahi, I genuinely believe. I don't know you, brother. Wallahi, you might be someone, I don't know you, yeah? Genuinely, this is very, very crossing lines. You're questioning a man's integrity, and you're basically saying in a nutshell that, imagine I'm doing knitting, and then you say the statement. You're basically telling me that I can't satisfy my wife because my wife will be complaining, saying, look, he's too busy knitting, and he's like a wimp, yeah, and he can't even sexually please me. This is what you're trying to insinuate. Okay, I'm not saying you intentionally doing it, but that is very, very hurtful. And wallahi, it's something that you should ask for forgiveness of the other person. Because what you're saying there is so disturbing. Yeah, and let me tell you something. We heard this. I speak to Sheikh Haytham. He has a marriage counsel. Yeah, I speak to him. Most men are not pleasing their wives sexually. You know why? Because they're too busy watching pornography. They are too busy not lowering their gaze and looking at other girls. That's why they can't even get, excuse me, if there's kids watching this, please don't watch now, yeah? Okay, there are men who can't even get an erection. You know why? Because they're too busy getting turned on by watching pornography where it's fake, everything is fake. They're getting this most very attractive woman with bodies, implants, God knows, whatever, that looks like the perfect woman, special effects, colouring, you name it. And they're giving you a fake reality of what intimacy is. And when this guy sees his wife, well, of course he's not going to get an erection. So for us to get and make it seem as if people who are knitting or men, etc., this is the reason. No, that's not the issue. And you know what? We've got a bit of a cure for this, yeah? Okay, so guys, my sponsor, one of my sponsors, Nature's Blend, okay, this is called Shilajit, or whatever it's called, yeah? As far as I know, yeah, brothers, if you've got some sexual issue going on, etc., whatever it may be, you need that extra boost, turbo, yeah, whatever it may be. There's no shy in the religion when it comes to intimacy. Check this out, because I heard it's a mad thing, yeah? As you can see, guys, I haven't opened it yet. Yeah, I don't need it, but yeah.
He's being taught by sheikhs to knit and to be a baby as opposed to real men. So of course you're going to have low libido. Of course you're not going to be able to please your wife. Oh, brother Ken, you talking with? Yeah, because that's what the issues are, man.
Again, this is wrong. Yeah, now there are some studies, I was speaking to Mohammed Hijab, there are studies that show that when a man, they did a study where they got a teacher, a female teacher and a boxer, and they got them to change roles. Yeah, and the boxer became a teacher or something along those lines, and the woman got into a bit of a boxing, etc. It did show that her estrogen levels did drop. The man's testosterone levels dropped, and the woman's testosterone levels testosterone levels got high. So I do agree that the actions that you do, if you're acting like, moving like a woman, it's going to affect that. However, to blame knitting or stuff like this and make it seem as if that makes you some kind of, like a wimp, a feminine woman, that's not right, and it is wrong, and it's questioning a man's integrity, and it's actually insulting him. Now, this is the last point.
All right, man. So yeah, okay, go ahead, man. That's your solution. Millions of likes. Oh, Sheikh, it's so cute. Woohoo! Millions. Go ahead. But that's not what we care, man.
Okay, so this is very interesting, yeah? To accuse somebody that they're doing something because of likes, etc., this is wrong. This is someone's intentions. You cannot question someone's intentions and say, oh, you're doing this for likes. This is haram. How are you going to question someone's intentions? How do you know he's doing it for likes? And how do you know? So, brothers and sisters, please, let's not go down this route. I understand the brother's frustration. I'm with him. I'm 100% with him. But to apply this on a specific individual and take it all out on him is a dhulm. It is absolutely dhulm. And to make it seem as if, he's doing it for likes and you're saying, oh, I don't care. Like, I don't care about the opposite person. That's not true. That's not true. We don't know that. Yeah, we do not know that. Just because somebody doesn't have a mass amount of followers, etc., doesn't mean they're not doing it for. They're doing it for other than the sake of Allah, or they're doing it for the sake of Allah. It doesn't mean that, inshallah. Brothers and sisters, that's it. I don't want to say anything anymore. I hope I didn't hurt this brother. I genuinely gave my feedback. And yeah, that's it, brothers and sisters. I've showed you guys. Like I said before, I know Mufti Menk. And believe me, these brothers, if they knew Mufti Menk and they knew some stuff, yeah, bro, trust me, they'll say, this man is a real man, yeah? So, inshallah, may Allah bless you guys. Till next time, if you enjoyed this video, share with your friends and family. Till next time, I don't think I've missed anything out. Goodbye.